Batman returned again. So we have the McFarlane Theatrical Edition Batman Returns figures. Today we're going to be taking a look at Penguin and Catwoman. This might be the best Catwoman to date. We'll check out our other previous iterations. Our previous theatrical edition, which came out from Kenner during the run of the film. We did a whole series covering those, so you're welcome to go back and check those out, but we'll be comparing them to these figures as well today. There's also the Beast Kingdom release that has just hit shelves and is, or, you know, since it's from fan channels, I guess, hit virtual shelves. That's shipping soon, so we'll be comparing that to this in a future video when we do a review of that, so you can see how it stacks up with the Beast Kingdom counterpart in the Dynamic Action Hero series. But today, it's all about these two right here, so why don't you come on in, we'll give them a nice look. Okay, we have our Penguin figure here. You can see him holding his umbrella. This one does not open or anything like that. He also comes with a stand if you wanted to use a stand, but he stands pretty well on his own. He's got a soft goods wool overcoat, which is really nice. Faux fur on the top here. Excellent likeness of Danny DeVito, appreciate that. He's got the flipper hand still, and then you can see his overcoat with his cummerbund underneath. So this is mayoral candidate Penguin, not the other Penguin, which he does. There is another Penguin in the line, which we'll show you. Underwear Penguin, if you will. So this one's dressed a little bit more fancy. He's got articulation in the knees and the ankles here, and you can see him bend at the waist a little bit. And then what's interesting here is the bottom is more of a rubber than a hard plastic, so it has some give to it here, which allows you, I guess, to get a little bit more flexibility in the waist area. You can see the hair here sculpted all the way around, and then of course he's got articulating arms as well. In addition to his cane, he comes with a top hat, so he has that full mayoral candidate look. And his stand, and then he has a card. They all have the card, which is the movie poster, and then on the back, the character, which is kind of fun. The movie poster is also on the back of the box. Can't remember if I showed you that, so you get that as well. All right, so this is how we have it in 2025. Let's go back to, I think this was 1992 or 91 when the Batman Returns line came out. Let's see here if it's written on the leg, 92. So this is the original Kenner version of the figure. Now, if you go back and watch our video, we explain why the Kenner version of the figure is, I don't know, for lack of a better word, so lame. It's they essentially used the superpowers version of it because, I don't know, I heard somewhere that they thought it was too scary to use the Danny DeVito version. So they used the superpowers version of the Kenner line, and they re-released it with the new paint job for the movie edition. So he comes with an umbrella here, as you can see. It attaches to this little launcher, and that is it. So this would be, I guess, the equivalent, because he's all dressed fancy like this Penguin is. So that is the closest equivalent I have from the previous theatrical version of Penguin. He's got his top hat. He's all dressed black and white, fancy, and then his umbrella is here on this little launcher. So that would be your Kenner version, your previous theatrical version that came out while it had its theatrical run. So that is our Penguin there. A lot of differences. It's a huge increase. I wish this hat would stay on his head a little better, but you really got to balance it. It's not wide enough to fit over the head, so it just has to kind of balance on top there. So that's the only flaw I see on the character design so far. We'll check them out compared to the Beast Kingdom one next month. But for now, that is your McFarlane Penguin compared to his previous theatrical version. Let's check out our other character in the line here, the other major villain, and that was Catwoman. Great likeness here. It's hard to tell Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, it looks like her, but it has the mask on. And of course, you can see the stitching all the way around the costume on both sides. You could even see the the lacing on the boots. So they did a lot of work on making sure this figure looked right. And I haven't seen a good Catwoman based on the film yet. You can see the nails. I don't know what those were from the sewing set, but you can see them on the hand there too. So they did a great job. A little tricky to balance her, but you can do it. I mean, she still comes with the stand just like the Penguin figure did. She still comes with a card just like the Penguin figure did with the Catwoman instead. So if you need the stand, you could use it. And of course, she has her whip. I mean, she needs to have the whip. That is pretty much the most important accessory for Catwoman. We'll get that in the hand here in just a second. These hands I'm finding on McFarlane are a little more rigid than I'm used to with action figures. They're but they do, once you get the accessory in there, they do tend to hold pretty well. So we have the whip right there, and it has a nice sort of action look to it, so you could have that on your display. Of course, her other accessory is the taser. The taser she got from the clown in the beginning of the movie after Batman hit him. She picked it up, shocked him with it, kept it through the whole film, and then ends up using it on Max Shrek at the end of the movie. So that is her other accessory there, and I just dropped it. But she has two accessories, so you could switch them between her hands, and then if you get that Shrek figure from GameStop, you could have that great scene because it comes with a shock head. We'll try to get that one in the review series too. Her other version, her other theatrical version, was the one from Kenner, of course, and it was actually a pretty good figure. I mean, look at that detail at the time. It has all the stitching on it and everything, although it's not like painted silver or white or whatever, but it's still there. For the time, 1992, pretty good job. The whip here was rubber, so you could actually like floral it around or get that little crack in the whip. So I thought this was a great figure for the time, and it held up pretty well today as one of the best Catwoman figures made based on the film. So you can see, obviously, this one's a lot better and a lot taller. Yeah, I mean, this was not a bad figure for 1992. It also came with a grappler launcher here, so she could go from building to building. But go back and check out our review on the classic line if you want to see more of the Kenner Batman Returns line. But yeah, I mean, huge improvements over the original, but this was still a pretty solid figure to begin with. But not a bad entry into here. We don't have a lot of other options for getting the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, so this is good to see her in this scale and this line. And of course, we have our penguin here. We have two penguins we'll be going through. This is the first mayoral penguin, I want to call him. And then of course, we have Batman in this line, Max Shrek, Penguin Commandos. We'll be checking them all out in time. But for now, these are your core villains from that trifecta on that movie poster from Batman Returns. Having some fun with this line so far. Good start. Love having Catwoman out there finally. We do not have a Catwoman. We have other options for Penguin. We'll be showing you the Beast Kingdom one, so stay tuned. We have more from this line to show you. Of course, we have Batman. We're just waiting. We wanted to do these guys first. So next up, we'll do Batman. We'll compare it to that Beast Kingdom release. One of the rarest of the Beast Kingdom Dynamic Action Heroes figures is the Batman Returns Batman. So we'll take that and show you how he stacks up with the McFarlane one, or the McFarlane one stacks up with that one. We're also going to be taking a look at the other penguin that comes with the duck. He's the underwear penguin, I want to call him. He's just wearing his little bodysuit. And we'll compare that one to the Beast Kingdom release as well, because we have two Beast Kingdom penguins that match up with the two McFarlane penguins. We'll be taking a look at the Penguin Commandos from McFarlane. We'll be comparing those to the Beast Kingdom Penguin Commandos when we get those as well. And then we'll wrap it all up with Max Shrek when we can get our hands on one of those. He keeps going in and out of stock in GameStop, so we're just waiting to grab one. But other than that, solid start to this line. Tune back for more. We're covering more McFarlane. We'll be covering more everything else. So we get a lot of surprises as we get into the holiday season. Our gift guide is only a couple weeks away. We'll be wrapping up a lot of things into there that we recommend for the season for that collector in your life or yourself. You just want to treat yourself, you know, and no judgment here. That's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. See you guys next time.